Hi all, my name is Jeevan. I'm a principal industry architect, part of the industry's CTO team for healthcare and life science here at Snowflake. In this short session, I wanted to show you how we can utilize Snowflake's latest AI SQL functions from the context of healthcare. Hi, in this step, I wanted to introduce the new file data type with which you can refer objects like medical images that sits in a Snowflake stage or an external stage for that matter as columns directly within a Snowflake table. So let's kick off this SQL where you are creating a table called medical images. We are utilizing this toFile function and we are pulling in the medical images directly. As you can see, we have the medical images directly loaded within the Snowflake table. Let's move forward. In the next step, we are going to utilize Snowflake's Cortex complete function using the 3.7 Sonnet model, and I'm going to try classify these medical images, right? Let's run this simple SQL statement, and ideally, the LLM should be able to read this image. Considering 3.7 Sonnet has multi-model capabilities, it should be able to look at this particular image file and then classify. And there you go, it has done exactly that, right? It's able to look at the specific image file and it is classifying them into whether it's a CT scan, MRI scan, retinal scan, so on and so forth. Now let's move on to the first function within AI SQL, which is AI filter. Think of this like a where clause in the old world SQL, but the difference is where clause used to look at the literal text, right? It can be a like operator, it can be an equality operator, but it used to look at the literal text. AI filter helps us look at it semantically, right? And it's a very powerful utility. Let's start off with an example. So in this table called medical transcripts raw, using Snowflake's parse document capability, I have parsed PDF documents. The title of the document is here, which were the medical transcript document, and I have stripped out the entire text coming out from that PDF document into this full text field, right? So it's a classic medical transcript extraction happening all within Snowflake. Okay, now on this medical transcript extract, we are going to apply the AI filter function to extract some information which is semantically matching, right, based on the meaning of what we want to search. So by that, what I mean is I want to pull out medical transcripts which are referring some kind of a motor accident, right? The patient is talking about an accident he or she has underwent, and that is part of the medical transcript diagnosis, right? It can lead us to maybe some trauma related support and things like that. Now in classic SQL, we cannot do this, right? There is no way where we don't exactly know how the text is going to be referred. But look at this statement, look at the simplicity of it. All I'm saying is I'm applying AI filter in the where clause and I'm saying the medical transcript has reference to a motor vehicle accident. Let's run this through and let's see what comes back from this set. So with AI filter, we are able to specifically pinpoint medical transcripts where there is some kind of a accident reference. Let's look at this one. Problems. She's talking about something. Let's see if there is a reference of an accident. Yes, I missed it in the first go, but as you can see, it says she was in a car accident a couple of weeks ago. So this is a right pick. Let's look at the next one out here. There is some reference of vehicular trauma. Maybe that's what AI is detecting. Let's see, is there anything else? Yeah, this is where it is finding it, right? The patient is in a sports utility vehicle. It sort of describes what happened, right? The other vehicle came from the left side. As you can see, there is no direct reference of the term accident here, but AI is able to understand the meaning of what is within that field and then filter that out. Very, very powerful in real world situations. Now let's take it one step further. We want to look at the earlier created image table, and I want to explicitly filter out chest x-rays from this table, right? If you recollect, the table had more than chest x-rays, but I'm sort of explicitly pulling out the chest x-ray image from that, right? Once again, the AI filter is multimodal in nature inherently. It can apply that filter in different modalities of data. So very, very powerful utility. Let's move forward. The second one in the list of AI SQL functions I want to introduce today is AI classify. This again is very, very effective in things like a batch pipeline where you're bringing in a set of data that is inherently unstructured and you want to classify them as specific groups, right? For your analytical needs, maybe for your data science needs. So once again, this is done against the image modality. Let me run this prompt through. So what we are doing is we are again picking on these medical images and we are classifying them into the classic modalities of medical imaging, right? What are the x-rays here? What are the CT scans? Which one are the MRIs, ultrasounds, so on and so forth. As you can see, with the power of our multimodal AI capability all within Snowflake, a simple SQL statement is now able to exactly label medical images to their right modality, right? So that it can now progress into the subsequent workflows. Let's move forward. In the second example, this is against more structured data. So we have allergy descriptions within the data, but what we are asking the AI to do is to read that allergy description column and then classify them into whether allergy is related to an environment or food or medication, right? Let's run this through. As you can see, these description fields, right? AI is able to go in and exactly identify which of the columns or which of the descriptions are related to which of these selected categories and then classify them accordingly. Very powerful when put into batch ETL kind of pipelines. Let's look at this example. This is a very, very powerful example. In fact, I'm combining two capabilities out here. It is not just AI classify. We are combining the newly introduced AI transcribe into this entire SQL statement. Let's break it down from the bottommost to the up. In the bottommost SQL, as you can see, I am using the same file data type, but instead of images, this time I am pointing to the actual MP3 files, which are stored in the Snowflake stage. Once these MP3 files are picked up, the AI transcribe function from Snowflake is going to produce a transcript of these MP3 files and move them to this column called call transcript. And then we are classifying the call transcript into one of these. So the use case basically is the calls from the contact center are landed to your cloud storage. We are grabbing those cloud storages using the file data type, which is pointed to that exact file path within your cloud storage. AI transcribe first transcribes it, and then we are classifying it all within the simplicity of SQL. Let's run this through. There are around 5 MP3 files I'm asking it to pick up. It may take a bit of a moment for it to run through. But there you go. That's pretty impressive, right? So as you can see, there is a conversation happening here, and we have exactly categorized each of the conversation into the specific types, right? Some are claims related conversations and some are billing related. Let's take a look at this one. Yes, the user is asking regarding a status of the claim, so the classification is spot on. I'm not going to open each of them. Let's take this one. The conversation is exactly about coverage information. Coverage related is the right category. The last one here, yes, the user is talking about a charge on their specific bill and it is billing related. Moving forward to the next AI SQL function, we have AI Ag or AI Aggregate. So think of AI Aggregate as AI being applied into your group by clauses, right? That's the right way to think about it, because in some of our competing other cloud data platforms, you may see AI SQL function out there, but we have this unique proposition where many a times you want to apply AI at a higher granularity of data. By that, what I mean, take a look at this example. We are using the same medical transcript table, but we are not going to look at this data for the AI at a medical transcript by transcript level, right? We are asking AI to first roll up all the transcripts for a specific patient and then build an SDOH summary for that patient, right? Very powerful capability. Let's run this through. AI Aggregate, as you can imagine, is cutting through a huge corpus of data. So it can take a bit of time when it executes. I'm going to skip forward quickly and get the results back. Okay, great. The results are back. So we have it rolled up at the patient level and we have the AI powered or AI aggregate powered SDOH insights. This interface may not be the best one for you to look at it. So considering we are on the Snowflake notebook, I'm quickly moving on to Python. This Python block is referring the above one, right? The SQL block here. Uh, and I'm asking it to quickly give us a summary patient by patient. So as you can see, for Toby Kunz, we have for each of the 5 specific broader categories within SDOH, from those medical transcripts, AI has built a contextual, powerful SDOH summary for this particular patient. You can start thinking about the immense value of this capability and the use cases you can start opening up. And as a next capability that we are rolling out, we have Summarize Ag. So think of Summarize Ag where you can get a default summarization out of a specific grade, right? In this example, we are rolling up the entire corpus and asking it to summarize. So as you can imagine, it will build a default summary of what is there, right? Let's again use Python to maybe print it more aesthetically with Streamlit. So this is a very, I would say, elaborate focus summary of each of those medical transcripts which were there, right? But with Summarize Ag, you don't have the ability to tell it to specifically contextualize the kind of summary you want. In that case, go and use AI Ag. But from a performance standpoint, Summarize Ag is highly tuned, right? So if all you wanted was a quick summary at a group by roll up level, then Summarize Ag is maybe your function. But if you want contextualized summary, you may need to rely on AI Ag. Now, with all these capabilities that we have seen, right, the introduction of the file data type, which is starting to open up that multimodal data directly within your tables, and capabilities like AI filter, transcribe, AI classify, AI aggregate, what Snowflake has started doing is to bring the power of AI directly within your SQL workflows, very contextualized to how you utilize them against data, right? There are more interesting functionalities which will be rolling out shortly, but I'm hoping this session helped you to understand these capabilities from the context of healthcare. If you want to know more about it, please do reach out to us via your account representative.